What's your actually real estate topic for today? Not talking about, we talked about peas for 3 minutes.
My topic for the day is things that you should do, is things that you should do before looking at homes. So,
Perfect. Let's hear them.
So things you should do before actually looking at homes, and I understand if you're a fresh home buyer and you may not understand this, and you see something you like and you immediately want to call the listing agent or call a real estate agent and say, I want to look at this home. Stop before you do that and talk to a lender, because you don't know what you can afford, and if you see the home and fall in love with it, and then find out you can't afford it, not only will you be heartbroken, but you will have wasted your own and the real estate agent's time. So find out what you can afford, and then I would suggest doing a little research into home owning, because there's stuff that people don't know. Find out how much you need to have saved up, which is something the lender usually would go over with you. And just kind of weigh out the pros and cons, because it's not like renting. There are responsibilities that you're going to have, and overall I think owning is better than renting, but just make sure you're at a point in your life where you're able to deal with it, and make sure it's something you can financially handle. So see a lender before you step foot in a home.
Yeah, because the hardest two things about getting into a home for most people, especially if you're first time buyers, your down payment and your closing costs.
Yep.
And most people don't realize how much money that is, and you can get seller concessions, which is a fancy way of saying you're financing your closing costs, which will alleviate some of the out-of-pocket expenses up front.
Yep.
And obviously the trade-off is you're financing those, so your mortgage is going to be a little higher. But yeah, that is the biggest thing. And I think once people have the down payment and closing costs, majority of people can afford the monthly payment. The problem is the upfront money to make sure you get into the home. Now it is good because the down payment goes into the equity of the property.
Absolutely.
But it's still, you got to have that money.
Yeah, and it's usually not a small fee. And if you're paying less than 20%, you're probably going to have mortgage insurance, which increases your cost as well.
PMI.
Yeah.